Right now, something very important is happening in the Middle East. A major peace proposal has just been rejected. Missile tensions are still rising. And now, a global twist has emerged involving two of the world's biggest powers. The next few days could decide where this conflict goes. The United States recently sent a detailed 15-point peace proposal to Iran. The goal was simple: stop escalation and bring stability to the region. But the conditions were extremely strict. First, Iran was asked to completely stop uranium enrichment. This essentially means giving up its nuclear ambitions. Second, strict international inspections would ensure Iran cannot restart this program in the future. Third, missile restrictions were proposed, limiting how far Iran's missiles can travel. And finally, Iran was asked to cut ties with its regional allies and ensure free movement of oil through critical sea routes. The United States has one clear objective: prevent Iran from becoming a nuclear power. This is largely driven by concerns from Israel, which sees Iran as its biggest threat. A nuclear-armed Iran could completely shift the balance of power in the region. And beyond security concerns, there is another major factor: global energy stability. As expected, Iran rejected the proposal entirely, but why? First, sovereignty. Accepting these conditions would mean giving up control over its own defense policies. Second, deep mistrust. After the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, the United States withdrew in 2018. That decision damaged trust significantly. And now, Iran is not willing to rely on American guarantees again. Right now, Iran believes it has the upper hand. It controls key strategic areas. It has influence across the region, and it is actively demonstrating military capability. In such a situation, compromise becomes less attractive. Instead, Iran is negotiating from a position of strength. Instead of accepting the U.S. proposal, Iran has placed its own conditions. First, all attacks and airstrikes must stop immediately. Second, Iran wants formal security guarantees from global institutions. Third, it is demanding compensation for damage caused during the conflict. Fourth, protection for its regional allies. And finally, recognition of its strategic control over the Strait of Hormuz. On paper, these demands may sound reasonable, but in reality, they are extremely difficult to implement. For example, security guarantees in international politics are rarely absolute. And compensation demands would mean accepting responsibility, something major powers avoid. This is why a quick resolution seems unlikely. Even as talks continue, the situation remains tense. Missile activity has not stopped. There are reports of attempted strikes targeting major military assets. Some claims even suggest attacks on advanced fighter jets, although these remain disputed. This shows one thing clearly: the conflict is still very active. Now comes a major global development. Donald Trump is expected to meet Xi Jinping in an upcoming high-level summit. This is not a routine meeting. This is happening at a time when global stability is under pressure. Both the United States and China depend heavily on stable energy supplies. And the ongoing tensions directly threaten global oil routes. At the same time, the world economy is already dealing with inflation, supply chain disruptions, trade uncertainty. If these two powers find common ground, it could stabilize markets. Interestingly, China is turning this crisis into an opportunity. While others face disruptions, China is securing its energy supply through alternative routes. It has strong ties with Iran, and in some cases, its shipments continue even when others face restrictions. Additionally, China is building pipelines through Central Asia and alternative corridors. This reduces dependence on vulnerable choke points. So what we are seeing is not just a conflict. It is a complex geopolitical game. Iran is pushing back strongly. The US is trying to control escalation, and China is quietly strengthening its position. The situation is evolving rapidly. Peace talks are failing, military tensions remain high, and global powers are stepping in. The question now is, will this conflict de-escalate, or are we moving towards something much bigger? The next few days will be critical.